Hey, welcome back. Today we are doing an Ask Rachel episode. So I asked in our Facebook group, and if you're on our email list, I asked you there too, what are some questions that you want me to answer on this show? What are some things that you want to know about business, but also just like personal stuff too? So we're kind of covering it all, and I'm really excited because you guys have some good questions. So Megan Southwell from megansouthwell.com asked, what do you do for self-care and how often? Good question. And I want you to understand how important this is as entrepreneurs, that you are taking care of yourself and you're not working 24/7, because it is so easy to hustle and grind and burn out. So that's what I did in my network marketing business back when TJ was a baby. I was working so hard to get our family out of the financial situation that we were in. And I wanted to reach the top of the company, and I had all these goals, and I'm super driven. And just the combination of lack of sleep, working all the freaking time. I was actually drinking more wine than I probably should have to cope with the stress of everything, of having a baby and not sleeping and all of that, and drinking so much caffeine because I wasn't sleeping. So it was like coffee in the morning, wine at night. So I ended up with adrenal fatigue, gaining 30 pounds, and I just got sick all the time. So I am a huge fan of self-care and running your business in a way that's smart so you don't burn out. Things that I do for self-care: I wake up before my kid wakes up and I have a morning routine. So I've talked about this a ton on the podcast. I have a blog post about it. We talk about it, Infinite Growth Challenge, of just taking care of myself before kids wake up. I know this is probably going to change when baby number 2 comes, but for now, I have a really awesome morning routine. Today, I got up around 5. And if you're wondering what time I go to bed, right now it's literally 8:15, which is crazy, but I'm pregnant and I'm tired and I need to sleep a lot and I like to wake up early. So right now I go to bed really early. So my morning routine is just like taking care of myself before, like put on your oxygen mask before you put it on for someone else. Other thing that I do, Friday is typically a self-care day for me. And so on Fridays, I'll schedule like a massage or a haircut or get my nails done or a facial or anything. That's kind of the day where I leave open, and I pretty much most of the time don't schedule any calls on Fridays, or I try not to. It doesn't always happen that way, but I at least have part of the day where I can just take care of me and focus on me. So that's key. I'm actually doing something today and getting a massage. I found this thing. I just Googled like massage, prenatal massage, Orlando, Florida area, like near me or whatever, Winter Garden. And a woman's coming to my house in 2 hours to give it like in-home massage. And that's going to be amazing. Other things that you can do, just freaking eat healthy and take care of your body, like work out, and do things that make your body feel good. I think that's definitely overlooked as entrepreneurs. We're just always on the go and always doing all these things, but you have to take care of yourself for sure. So eat well, move your body, figure out what you like to do and what brings you joy, and make sure you're doing that on a consistent basis. Okay, next question is from nectarinecommunications.com. She says, do you use promoted pins to grow your traffic, or is it all organic? Do you use Facebook or Instagram ads? I'm a freelance copywriter. So we don't use any promoted pins on Pinterest. I tried back in the day and I was so confused, to be totally honest with you. It was like way over my head. So if we ever did use promoted pins, I would outsource that real quick, because it is not easy to do. So everything that I teach, everything in our business is all organic. So we don't do any promoted pins. It's so much easier that way. And you can get really good organic traffic with Pinterest without having to pay for it. Facebook and Instagram, that's a different story. Like you have to pay to play if you actually want to see results on those platforms. So we do Facebook and Instagram ads. And it's one of those things that you don't want to do in your business until you know you have a funnel that's converting, like a webinar that's working. That's when we started. Our webinar was converting really well. We just needed more eyeballs on it at the time when we were just starting. This was just a few months into our business, I want to say, like 5 months in, 6 months in, that we decided to start investing in Facebook and Instagram ads. And it is a really good investment if you know what you're doing, or you hire someone who knows what they're doing. You could spend $1 and out comes $5. You could spend $10,000 and out comes $50,000. You definitely want to know what you're doing before you get into that arena though, or hire someone that knows what they're doing. Christy Ray from christyray.ca asks, what do you feel is the number one mindset shift you had to make in order to exponentially grow your business where you had measurable results? I feel like there's been so many little ones over time. I really do. So like when I first started in network marketing when I was 23, it was learning the value of personal development. And I remember Darren Hardy and Brian Tracy saying they had a personal development like fund. So they would take however percentage of whatever they made and they would invest that back into themselves and help themselves grow. And I remember, I think Jim Rohn said, if you work harder on yourself than you do at your job, like you'll be unusually successful. No, maybe Danny Johnson said that. I don't know. I've learned so much like just through personal development and the value of investing in myself and my own personal growth. So that's been a slow incremental thing over the past 9 years. It wasn't like this giant thing, you know? The biggest shift that I made was understanding that I had gone course hopping. Like I've done so many courses and I did invest in myself. So that part I knew, you know, but it was understanding if I wanted to get to the next level, I needed to invest in a mentor and a coach. And that was the biggest game changer. It was the biggest investment I ever made. And it also paid off the most by far. Natalie Eid from natalieeid.com says, how do you schedule your work day and your son's day when your son is on break from school? I actually have my productivity sheet here. I share this with all of our students in Activate, where we track our days, like 5 a.m. in the morning, wherever you wake up, to whenever you're done. And what is it that you're trying to do for that day? Like what are your goals and all that good stuff. So I actually keep track of my day and it helps me stay way more productive. So when TJ is at school, it's a little bit different than when he is at home. When he is at home, it's a lot harder. Over like summer, we try to put him in as many summer camps as possible. Plus, I am lucky that I have grandma nearby that can help out and watch him. So that part is, I know I'm very lucky to have that. He was in daycare when he was a baby, starting at 1 for like half days. And that was huge. I put him in half days, 3 days a week, and just getting that little bit of a break. That was amazing. Like that was a game changer. So when TJ's at school, what I have on my schedule, I wake up around 5, between 5 and 6. I don't typically set an alarm. I set like an emergency alarm for 7 o'clock or 6:30 or something like that, of like, if I really needed to sleep for like 11 hours for whatever reason, it'll wake me up. But I'm usually up on my own between 5 and 6, and I do a morning routine. And then before TJ wakes up, that gives me like a solid hour to actually get some really productive work in, because I am a morning person and I can get so much done in the mornings. And so that's when I'll think about, what's my one thing for the day? Do I need to write a blog post? Do I need to write emails? Like, what is that thing? And I'll get that done. And so that's done before I even wake up TJ and get him ready for school. I usually wake him up between 7:30 at the latest. Today he woke up on his own a little bit before 7. So get him ready for school, get him out the door. Between 8 and 9 is when I'm taking him to school and then getting my workout in. And so we ride our bikes to school. We're really lucky. We live close. It's kind of why we picked the house where we're in right now, is so close to a school. It's awesome. So ride bike to school, workout right away so I don't lose any momentum. And then that's when I get into some more important activities that need to get done. So today it was record a podcast, write emails. I have a coaching call, discovery call, all that good stuff. So when he's at school, it's a lot easier. When he's not at school, I try to get as much done in the morning, like most essential things done first thing in the morning before he wakes up. And then I might get a little bit of time if he's playing or doing his thing or whatever in the middle of the day, but it just kind of depends. When he's home, I don't work as much. When I pick him up from school at 3 o'clock, I'm done working. So the only thing I have scheduled is one call a month with one of my clients who works full time at like 5 o'clock, and that's one day a month. So when I pick him up from school, I'm a mom. I am not working. I usually put my phone in the other room. So I really try and keep those boundaries really important. But I'm really grateful for all your questions. Shoot me a question there. Shoot me a DM on Instagram if you liked this episode. If you haven't yet grabbed our free Pinterest cheat sheet. So I talked about Pinterest a ton in this episode. I want to teach you how to get more leads for free. So just go to pinwithrachel.com to grab that cheat sheet. And I hope you have an amazing day. I'll talk to you later.